When we think of a classic scary story, we picture the obvious: shadowy figures, decaying hallways, or the sharp shock of a jump scare. But in the right hands, an innocent detail like the smell of freshly baked chocolate chip cookies becomes a visceral source of dread. Neil Gaiman uses his novel The Graveyard Book to demonstrate exactly how to engineer this type of unexpected fear. This suspense is a calculated reaction engineered through invisible literary mechanics and precise sensory language. The book begins with a professional assassin known as the Man Jack finishing a job, eliminating almost an entire family in their own home. But the youngest family member, a toddler, has climbed out of his crib and is now lost somewhere in the darkened house. We are going to trace how Gaiman sustains this tension without describing a single act of violence. The secret lies in the collision of sensory language and a specific literary technique: juxtaposition. Gaiman doesn't introduce his assassin as a monster. He presents him as a cold, calculating professional. Gaiman uses tactile imagery to build Jack's precise attire, focusing on his black leather gloves of the thinnest lambskin. Even his shoes are polished to such a shine that they look like dark mirrors. These unfeeling, sterile visual details remove any sense of warmth or humanity from the character. By relying exclusively on this sharp visual data, Gaiman creates a chilling, clinical distance between the killer and the reader. The narrative pivots as Jack moves to the darkest room, the nursery, to search for the toddler. Because the room is pitch black, the reader is forced to abandon sight and rely entirely on the sense of smell. Jack detects innocent scents signaling the baby was just there, a milky smell like chocolate chip cookies. The description includes the sour tang of a wet diaper and the scent of baby shampoo, grounding the scene in a realistic domestic world. Smell is our most intimate sense, and using it here to track a child creates a profound, inescapable unease. This is juxtaposition, the deliberate side-by-side placement of two vastly different descriptions to create dramatic friction. The suspense stems from a professional assassin invading a space that still smells like a nursery. Gaiman uses figurative language to enhance this dread, as the assassin follows that scent outside into the fog. The author uses personification to make the weather feel like an active participant, describing fog that had insinuated itself and calling the night treacherous. Juxtaposition generates tension by turning these comforting domestic details into a source of fear. Engineering suspense is like mixing reactive chemicals in a lab. You place a symbol of lethal danger against a backdrop of complete innocence. The emotional payoff isn't born from the violence itself, but from the threatened violation of the ordinary world. Master writers don't tell their readers to be scared. They force the reader's senses to directly experience an unbearable contrast. The next time you write a frightening scene, rethink your approach. Resist the urge to simply describe a monster hiding in the dark. To strike fear, describe what that monster smells, hears, and touches when it enters the light. Sometimes the most terrifying thing in the darkness is the innocent scent of something sweet.